Well, you don't need to settle a claim if you hypothetically were ever sued, but then think about the litigation cost that you're going to be in. If you want to continue fighting this and not settle, then you're going to be paying me an hourly rate at, $600 an hour.
Right.
And then my affiliate, my associates, plus the paralegal is doing, it's going to be an astronomical cost. So the whole point of this, put yourself preemptively, before you're sued in a position to where if you ever are, you're in such a strong position to negotiate and settle a claim for pennies on the dollar, because we walk in with the plan and say, this asset's exempt, this asset's exempt. Anything that's left over is in the strongest possible jurisdiction where your claim or award is worth nothing.
Right.
Let's make a deal.
Right.
That's a true asset protection plan.
And I don't understand why that's a hard concept for people to get, because what we're really, at the end of the day, that we're trying to make them not get sued, but
that's an impossibility.
It's an impossibility, correct? Yeah.
And I think when people are looking at asset protection and stuff like that, they kind of have this idea in their head. They're like, well, that's like the super ultra wealthy. That is the CEO of a big company. Like who should be approaching this topic?
And that's a great question. And I think that's a big fallacy. This is only for the rich, and especially nowadays when everybody's planning for their own retirement themselves. Like some of my favorite clients are doctors, nurses, and cops. And they're planning they have great pensions, but they're also being proactive in buying investment properties.
Right.
But they have all this risk on the table.
Yep.
And so they don't know what to do or how to protect it. So one of my things is, for people listening, if you're investing in cash flowing properties or real estate, again, understand this is one of the hottest areas of litigation. So if you own something, the probability of that rental and you being sued is going to be very, very high. So you're going to have proactive planning, which would be insurance and protection system. And the more you have, and the more you're going to start growing units and trying to, cash flow recycle that money into another investment property, the higher probability. Again, it's just a law of probability.
Yeah.
So those are the people and the clients, not just the doctors or the CEOs. It's just, neighbor next door Joe, who's a nurse. My wife works in the medical field, and before she became a nurse practitioner, one of the nurses that she worked with was a made multimillionaire. No one knew, except he just told us that he started investing in real estate, and we set up his asset protection system.
Yeah, and he's got a huge target on his back.
A huge target on his back, not from being a nurse, but from he owns, like 50 units.
Yep, and that's people see that as a bank account basically.
It's exactly,
for an attacking creditor.
Exactly.
Yep.